My friends over at Roosevelt's, they make the most incredible shirts. And they have everything from Disney to The Office to Jurassic Park, WWE, and everything pop culture. Nickelodeon, Nicktoons. My son and I fight over the shirts that we get shipped to us. Use promo code SWOGGLE. Save 20% off any order, from button-ups to hoodies to activewear, everything. Guys, go to roosevelts.com. RSVLTS.com. Use promo code SWOGGLE. Save yourself 20% on everything. RSVLTS.com.
You're listening to the Major Pod Network, the only place where your favorite toy store, card shop, arcade, theme park, and arena are all on the same block. Scratch that major itch.
Guys, once again, we're back at it. That's George. I'm Dylan. And this is Going Postl. I don't know where we're going with this intro, guys. This is just going to be a two guys palling it up, yucking it up. I use that term a lot. But this is going to be a nice talk between George and myself, a little catch-up. Talk about everything we have going on with the podcast and moving forward with things. And just, we have some questions from the audience, and we're just going to chat today. We're
going to hang out today.
We're just hanging out. We're going into Memorial Day weekend. And if we're both being honest, we didn't have a topic at hand. We have a lot of them, but today we just wanted to chat. Guys, before we go any further, this podcast right here is brought to you by our awesome, awesome friends, the Roosevelts. Incredible shirts. I am wearing the Florida Stanley New Flex button-up. Head over to rsvlts.com. Check out their performance hoodies, their button-ups, their awesome breakfast balls, golf polos. They have some huge drops coming up. Peek behind the curtain. George and myself got sent the list. I don't know if George got sent the list. I got the list from next month. But George texted me. And this is why I assumed he got the list. He texted me and going, Dylan, I have a problem. And I immediately go, what did I do? I'm thinking, what did I do? What did I mess up for the podcast? What did I mess up? I didn't even log on to Patreon yet. What did I do? And he goes, I want too many Roosevelts. And I go, that's a good problem.
It's a real problem. And of course, guys, gotta stay connected. Follow us on all forms of social media. That is at Dylan Postl on all forms of social media. And of course, you gotta follow at Going Postl Pod. That's where you get all the highlights, the clips. Dylan posts them himself on his own social media. But, we got that one just strictly for the podcast. You've got youtube.com/Dylan Postl. That's where you get the free video versions of this podcast. And huge help to a member of the team, member of Postl Industries, Bobby Orlando, for cutting up those shorts, those vertical video clips.
I'm so happy with how those turned out
for a long time.
I'm so happy with how those turned out. Like they
look great.
So I really like what we do. Like what we do with this podcast and with this show, I love, and I take a lot of pride in that. And the spreading of the word of this podcast, I feel through those shorts, makes it even easier. I really hope that helps our channel grow and continue to grow like I feel it should, because we're putting out really fun stuff. And man, the highlights that Robert Orlando put together of that Kofi episode, made me laugh. Literally made me laugh and made me hate my camera and hate my microphone. But I fixed.
That's
the
not you. That's on Zoom. Zoom just is shitty quality.
I know, and I just gotta stop. I just have to stop. But I see that I just wanted to touch my microphone already. I already wanted to do it. I wanted to do it. Guys,
get you a fidget spinner.
My microphone so much as of late, I hate the quality of it. George, once again, slid into the DMs and sent me a link for 15-minute video of how to fix and set up my microphone because I was doing it wrong. I was doing it wrong the whole time, and I didn't like the quality. So hopefully going forward, this sounds better. It's not so scratchy, and hopefully it's better. Let us know in the comments, in the on social medias, all of that jazz. Let us know.
And a huge shout out to friend of the show, Justin Summers, for not only having his own separate conversation with Dylan, but then reminding me in the Discord that it was something that needed to be addressed, because it's one of those things that until we're actually recording and I'm actually editing the podcast, that kind of don't remember to do it until we're actually sitting here doing it. Like, well, now it's too late, or I'm already editing the podcast and it's already been recorded. But
yeah, and that's man, that Kofi episode, I was so happy with, and I still am.
So good.
I'm very, very happy with that episode. But it's like between the camera and between the microphone and just all that crap, and between my MacBook, I wasn't happy with the quality. I was very happy with the interview though, and I was very happy with the reviews of it. Man, there was some fun ones. People loved the Big Nick from Jersey being brought up, and the attention to Big Nick from Jersey. They loved that. They enjoyed. Ethan Page commented on how Kofi called me out for really just being an angry human, and all of that. And it was brought up at the end of the episode too, between you and I, in an anger-filled rant. And man, it was a really, really fun episode. That's probably, I say it all the time, but that was one of my most fun episodes we've ever done, between the interview and the chatter before and after.
I gotta tell you, I've edited every interview that you've done, whether it was for going Postl or just before we even had this podcast, and you just had them as the small talk series on your YouTube channel. And there's just something special about this Kofi. This Kofi interview was good, and I feel like it's that same kind of energy that you were putting out when you sat down with Brian. It's just, there's a reason that you guys are Team Dad, and you can tell that you guys are friends and have, traveled up and down all around the world together.
And I talked about it after the show. I'm very, very weird about those kind of interviews because they're my buddies, but I get a lot of feedback personally from it as well. People reaching out to me about how much they enjoyed it. And it makes me very happy because they're fun for me. They're really, really fun for me. Yes, I'm just enjoying them. I'm enjoying doing them. I'm enjoying, man, I haven't had a sit down talk with Kofi like that in years, literally years, where we just got to hang out. I mean, virtually, essentially. But look at 3 years ago, everyone was hanging out virtually. So it's not that crazy anymore to think about. I haven't had a talk at that length in years. And so it was really, really cool to be able to do that and catch up and just laugh. Just laugh. And I cannot thank him enough for, like I said, going to bat for me and for this show and to WWE, because you can't just, hey, let's do this interview. It's got to go through a lot of different people to be able to get cleared to do the show. And so I can't thank him enough either.
Yeah, super, super awesome. Shout out, snaps, whatever you want to do, all around to everyone involved
what
on
snaps
outside of this.
What are snaps?
It's like
no,
like actually
not
like
doing this.
Snapping.
It's 10:30 a.m. my time. We're not.
You've never heard of that? That's like a very common, like it's like
snaps?
what you do in it's like what you do in situations that you couldn't clap. It's like what they would do at like I don't know, like poetry slams and stuff like that.
Is this the coffee house bullshit? This thing?
Yeah, it's like that. It's like snaps.
Hey,
it's
have we talked about my hatred of whistling? We have, right?
No, but we're gonna save that. We're gonna save that for the hot take. That'll be today's hot take. But there's other things that we got to plug before we get into that.
But it just snapping too. I just learned how to do it at about the age of probably 25. I couldn't snap.
Okay.
For all of my life. And
can you do the fingers in the mouth whistle?
That's what's gonna piss me off.
Okay.
I can't.
I feel like that. All right, we're gonna talk about that later. But I feel like that is a dad rite of passage.
The Dylan Postl whistle, shh, shh, and I can't. The sound of it makes me mad. It's like a whole other level of. I tried doing it the other day. That's all I got. That's my whistle.
You can watch videos and learn much like how you fixed your microphone. There's videos that you can watch and it'll show you how to do it correctly. I don't want to learn because I hate them. Oh, what do we got to plug? All right, so we talked about
George. It happened again where I'm thinking about the sound and I feel my hands just go like this and I see veins in the top of my hands. It's not good.
I've got some questions for you that I want to talk about. We got some questions from the Going Postl community in the Discord. But before we get into those, again, we talked about the YouTube. We talked about the social. This is also twitch.tv/Dylan Postl. And there is swoggleauction.com. Get yourself a free $10 credit on Whatnot when you go to swoggleauction.com.
The next Whatnot is going to be June 7th. Guys, June 7th. 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern. I always have to say the time separately. On Whatnot, whatnot.com/Dylan Postl, or you can go to swoggleauction.com and get a free $10 for your first purchase on Whatnot. It's going to be a big one. Once again, I have some randomness. I have some rare stuff. I have some autograph stuff. It's going to be a good one. It always is. Landon, as always, he does the lineup. He'll be off of school by then, so he'll be staying up late and just wanting to throw down. So it'll be a good one. Our first summer Whatnot is going to be awesome.
All right. And then, of course, DylanPostl.com and ProWrestlingTees.com/Swoggle. Got a lot of shirts coming up. A lot of really fun ideas that Dylan and I have just been talking about. We're trying to space them out so we're not dropping, 10 shirts in a month. We're going to space them out, kind of get them up there. Do a slow burn on the shirt release. That way we're not just dropping shirts for the sake of dropping shirts. But George, there's a lot of good ones. Dylan sent me an idea for one the other day that was just
yeah. There's going to be also, hopefully, friend of the show, Justin Michael. As we know, he made a certain shirt for WrestlingCon this last year.
Yes, he did.
It might be getting a public release. But it's going to be a 2-week pre-order public release. Okay. And then it's gone for good. If it happens, I
like it.
If it happens, man, I didn't want to, I was back and forth on doing it, but it made me laugh so hard that
it's a good shirt.
Yeah. Yeah. It's my goddamn senior picture. I don't know. I'm very confused how he got that one. And I've narrowed it down to two people. I know it's one of two. But then we talked about it on the show. My father is now on board with Justin Michael, and he's going to just send him just stuff. And I have so many things in my mind of photos from when I was a child that could come out. And it's
oh no.
There's some real ones that
oh no.
Shaking up, embarrassed, not embarrassing. It's gonna be good.
Well,
he does it all in fun, and he has been such a supporter of the show and of the podcast, and just literally every venture. He's a good pal.
So I got a question for you.
Oh, this would be good.
So you know how everyone always goes, "Oh, what's your Mount Rushmore of this? What's your Mount Rushmore of that?" And obviously, I think a lot of people would be expecting us to be like, "All right, Dylan, give me your Mount Rushmore of wrestling," and maybe that's a topic for another day. Dylan, I think we've
talked about that.
I would like to know your Mount Rushmore of pop punk.
So someone sent me this the other day. Was it Justin Summers?
It may be, but I saw it too, and I was just
yeah.
I gotta ask Dylan about
it. Was Good Charlotte, Sum 41, Simple Plan, and
it was Good Charlotte, Simple Plan, Sum 41.
Yes.
Blink 182, Newfound Glory.
No, it wasn't. It was only 4 of them.
No, there were 5 in the video I saw.
Oh, I only saw 4. So because Mount Rushmore has four presidents, so it would be Newfound. But I don't see. That's where I get Blink 182. To me, I don't know. To me, that it never hit me as pop punk like a Good Charlotte and a Simple Plan and a Yellow Card. I don't know why. It seemed more rocky to me. And I don't know why, because they have that voice. Man, I almost just did the where are you? whenever I hear the name Blink 182, it's immediate that comes in my head every time.
Oh boy.
My Mount Rushmore, definitely pop punk, would be Newfound, Simple Plan, Good Charlotte. I don't think Sum 41 makes the cut. It's got to be Yellow Card.
Okay.
Got to be Yellow Card. But Yellow Card too is very close to the rock section to me. Especially with like lights and sounds, it's more rocky to me than pop punk. No?
What do you classify Green Day as?
I don't like Green Day. I don't like.
So are we saying?
I feel the only Green Day song I like is the Time of Your Life song. I almost dropped a hard F there. I love.
What
that
about
song.
Paramore?
Paramore, I don't care for that much either. I like the da 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 that one.
Misery Business.
Yeah, the MGK did that one too. I like that version. I have to argue that Blink is more of a rock band.
Oh, I think it starts as pop punk and then transitions into
like Yellow Card
rock, but it's still, the origins are still pop punk. And when you so for me, I'm also like taking into consideration how long they've been doing it. Like Blink 182 has been a band since like the early 90s.
I was just thinking about the Blink 182 concert ticket scandal or whatever. I have a thing. I don't know if I told you, and I tell you a lot of things.
Uh-oh.
I texted Landon in the Landon and his mom group chat the other day. Hey, Landon, you want to spend a ton of money? He goes, on what? I go, can we just buy Taylor Swift tickets? And he goes, we sure can, Dad. And it was like all the Bert Kreischer specials with his daughters of just instigating him spending money. This was me. I was looking at Ticketmaster at the Chicago dates and going, I mean, I could do this.
I would say it's one of those things where you look at and you're like, I could swing this. Can't do anything else for a little bit.
It wouldn't be intelligent to do it by any means, but
You're not doing anything else fun for a little bit, but that you could do.
Like I saw her twice now, and she's incredible, absolutely incredible. But this tour too would be so fun to see. But then Landon turned it around on me, and he was with his mom, so I think she was instigating it. He goes, "Oh, she does that fireworks song, right? Or she does that Party in the USA song, right?" And I was so mad that he was doing Dylan stuff to me Like,
Yeah, so he
just
knows how to push your
riling me
buttons,
up.
and it's by
it
stealing
pissed
your
me off.
gimmick.
And then he just started texting the Party in the USA lyrics to me, and I was not happy.
But I guarantee you, that's his mom being like, "Remember when you guys text me the All-Star lyrics? Let's get Dylan back now." So I feel like I always saw Newfound Glory on I want to say Fuse, but I feel like back in the day it was like when they had the Much Music channel.
The what?
Like I never saw them a lot on like
they were never
MTV,
on MTV.
but
Good Charlotte was.
I always saw them on the other channels like
VH1?
Like Fuse, Much Music. Did you guys have that over by you?
Munch Music?
Much.
Oh, I've never heard of that in my life.
Do you know what Fuse is?
I've heard of it.
Okay, it's another.
It's a rock one, right? That was the rock one.
It was. I mean, eventually it all changed, but it was when MTV went more towards like the reality show and started being less about the music. Fuse was like, "Hey, do you want music television that's actually music television? Like, come and watch this channel instead."
I don't know anything about that. Excuse me.
It's what MTV2 became before MTV2 also ended up just becoming more reality television.
That's crazy too. I mean, MTV, Landon watches it in the morning for ridiculousness, and it's like MTV is run by ridiculousness and more ridiculousness. Like that's it.
And
literally,
when you think
that's
of how
all.
many seasons of ridiculousness have come out,
this is how
wild.
I feel. I feel like my father felt when I would watch Saved by the Bell every morning, and he would see the same episodes after a while. I feel the same way with ridiculousness now, where it's like, Landon, we just saw this episode last week because that's all they have on the channel, so it's playing all day. That and Mean Girls. Mean Girls plays on MTV a lot.
I just looked up a list of pop punk bands, and they have Taking Back Sunday on the pop punk list.
Yeah. You don't think so?
I don't know. It's more like emo punk. Like
My Chemical Romance to me is the same thing.
I don't know if I would qualify that as pop punk.
You're putting Green Day in there. Green Day's way more rock than pop punk.
Again, thinking of the origins of.
Oh man, what about Dashboard?
See, Dashboard, I don't do pop punk. I don't.
I agree. No, I agree.
That's a hard. That's the thing. Like, is emo its own genre of music now?
To me, Paramore
is emo its own genre of music when you're not talking to people that are our age that classify it as emo music.
No, it's just the same. Like, I feel like Landon thinks Newfound is emo music.
Man, there's so many.
But like but I would put Paramore.
Rejects.
I would put Paramore then in the emo music.
Yeah, there's a lot. Panic at the Disco, Fall Out Boy.
So Panic at the Disco, never a fan. All American Rejects had Swing Swing, and that was it to me.
There's a lot.
But All American Rejects had a hell of a run for a while.
They did. Fall Out Boy again.
Fall Out Boy's they were doing stadiums. They still do stadiums, yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Still do it. They got to be on there. I don't know. Maybe Fall Out Boy replaces
Fall Out Boy's rock.
Charlotte.
Fall Out Boy's rock.
That's interesting. Let us know, guys. I want to move on because otherwise this entire episode is going to be us talking about emo bands and stuff. But let us know, what's your Mount Rushmore of pop punk bands?
Give us 4. Only 4 pop punk.
Only 4.
Thinking about these bands that you're naming, it is a definite in my mind. Like, no, that doesn't count. But I think it's just because of what I listen to, and that's not fair at all. But that's just I view it as rock. I view it as pop punk, or I view it as like you said, the emo music, the Dashboard stuff. And it's pop punk to me is a very small category. There's a pop punk Disney, a bunch of pop punk Disney stuff that I have on my iPod. Nope, that's my phone.
Pop punk Disney stuff is
love it. Good. Love it. That's a good playing music. But yeah, let us know. Let us know your Mount Rushmore of pop punk. I like talking music. We don't talk music a ton. But I've
No, that's
realized
why I figured this would be fun. We're coming off the heels of a big episode. This could just be us hanging out, talking about a couple of things.
I enjoy music. Definitely, I enjoy music more now than I did growing up. It's a weird thing. Like I like just not just even for background music, but I like listening to music. I really, really do. But it has to be. I'm very close-minded on the music I listen to. I don't open my mind to music a lot, and that's
okay.
It's a thing of mine that I know, and I've always been that way. Always been that way. But it's just I really growing into an adult. Eventually, I've started just enjoying music instead of TV. But man, let me tell you, body cam watch. New
what?
body cam watch. Police body cam videos.
Oh,
I
didn't know what you were talking about. I was like, what is he talking about on this podcast right now?
I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with body cam stuff.
Okay.
I don't know why it came to mind, but I was just like, music. I watch
like,
music.
Is it like routine traffic stops? Is it more
anything? It can be a traffic stop. It can be something serious. Anything body cam. I love it. I mean, I'm obsessed. My whole YouTube algorithm is body cam and taste buds. It's literally body cam, taste buds, body cam, taste buds. That's my whole algorithm. And Landon goes, "You've seen this one." I said, "I know, but I really like this one." There's one that they take the footage from Wisconsin, Eau Claire, Wisconsin, and La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Oh,
I found Code Blue Cam. I love.
All right.
I love. It's. I get into these ruts where like I fall asleep now to it, and it's not good. I'm trying to get off my phone when I go to bed, but I just sit there then, and I love body cam footage.
It's not where I expected this podcast to go suddenly, but here we are.
What? You don't have it? You don't have you tuned into body cam footage?
I've seen some stuff. I don't think
I'll send you
Instagram reel.
You send me this stuff for the new camera.
Algorithm is body cam stuff.
Oh, I'm gonna send you so much body cam footage. Just
God.
My top ones. But there was one. It's so good. I love it.
All right, we got Discord questions that I want to talk to because some of these are actually really good.
Let's go. Join the Discord while you can for free.
This comes from Mr. Stay Puffed. Who is Mr. Stay Puffed, Dylan?
Justin.
All right. Justin's question is, Dylan, if you did a movie podcast, what's the first movie you'd like to talk about? And he had a little asterisk that says, preferably a non-Muppet movie.
Yeah, so I saw this one. Because I brought it up in Discord this morning, and I actually followed up and read some.
I got an answer already of a non-Muppet movie that
he's going to think
watch.
It's the week of, because I love, and I went off on Twitch, how the week of is easily a top 5 Adam Sandler movie. I love the week of. You know what it probably is? If it's not Disney or Muppets, the first one I'd probably review is Longest Yard. I love The Longest Yard. I love it, and it's. I was like, oh man, is it because there's wrestlers in it? No, but like, man, Nelly's in it. Nelly kills it in it, like always, like he does with everything he does, obviously.
I keep forgetting how much you love Nelly.
There's the bleep. I love
There's no bleep.
Nelly.
We don't bleep on this podcast.
We don't bleep the Fs? I always forget.
No.
I love Nelly. Love Nelly. And then there's wrestlers. And then, I love The Longest Yard.
Now, have you seen the original?
No, I won't. It's too old. I don't do old movies.
It's not that old.
It's from the 80s or 70s.
You're telling me you don't watch movies from the 80s?
Very rare. Here's the thing. Ready for this? Ready? Dylan, this is how Dylan Postle's mind works. It can't be that great compared to what movies are today, because just the cameras alone were like bad.
Okay, so let's rattle off the list of movies that Dylan will not watch anymore because they are made in the...
No. Do not pull a Dylan and spin the words around on me. The Muppet movie.
So
don't call me out on that. That's a classic. Bona fide classic.
So you do know that now you cannot watch Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. You can't watch the Goonies.
I've never seen Indiana Jones. I've seen the part with the ball.
You can't watch Caddyshack.
I like Caddyshack.
Can't watch it anymore. It came out in the 80s.
No. You're doing it. You're pulling a me. You're doing it. We don't do this. Not this early. When we tape at night, we can do this. When we tape early morning, we can't do this. I love Caddyshack. Get your foot off my boat. Oh, gambling in Bushwood? Oh, I love Caddyshack so much. Animal House, so good.
Can't watch it anymore. Sorry, I got bad news.
I don't like the camera stuff. Like, that's what pisses me off, is how crappy the cameras are. And I get it. Their cameras back then look like my camera in this podcast compared to your camera of current day. Mad Cat Beard Care, they are the absolute best. They make my beard feel soft, silky, smooth. But not only that, they've been a one-man show since 2019. Mad Cat Beard Care uses a portion of sales to care for local stray cats, cover their medical bills, find safe spaces, and forever homes. Their products are made to order with vitamins and all natural oils that promote strong, healthy hair and moisturize your skin as well. Mad Cat Beard Care has exclusive scents for myself as well as other wrestlers, such as a childhood favorite of mine, Delirious, Ring of Honor legend with his lime and French vanilla scent that makes my beard smell and feel amazing. And of course, make sure to try my exclusive scent, Swoggled, with notes of lavender and sage. And guys, make sure to use promo code SWOGGLED to save 15% on your whole order at madcatbeardcare.com. And remember, the Mad Cat makes a happy beard.
All right, so look at that. We've talked about music. We've talked a little bit about movies. And then Justin's other question was, if we did a movie podcast, what would be a movie that I would pick that I know that you've never seen? And it would probably be like Lord of the Rings or like one of the Star Wars or something.
I've seen all the Star Wars.
Even like the offshoots, like Rogue One and stuff?
Yeah. Is that the newer one? That's a BB-8 one.
No, that's the new series. So there's the prequels, the originals, and then
actually, you know what? And to be honest, I haven't seen 1, 2, 3. I will never watch those.
Like the prequels or the original trilogy?
1, 2, 3. Star Wars 1, 2, 3 with the little guy. With the little we're going pod racing or whatever.
You've never seen the prequels.
That's what I'm saying. 1, 2, and 3, yes.
Oh, yeah, that's it. We're watching. We got to watch the prequels.
There is no way. George, I will not. I heard they're just dog shit.
You got to see it in the light of...
I can't. Because then I'll be pissed. Here's how my brain works. I will be mad if I'm not like blown away by it. I'll be mad that I wasted the time watching it. That's how my brain works. And it's not a good way to think. I know this by now. I'm very well aware of that. But I've heard they're not good. I liked Darth Maul. I liked Darth Maul more than Darth Vader because he had sweet face paint and he had a double-thinged lightsaber. I liked that. But
he had a what lightsaber?
A double-thinged. That was in Tony Hawk. Darth Maul was in one of the Tony Hawk games, I think.
He was. Darth Maul was in Tony
I remember that.
So was Spider-Man. Spider-Man was also in a Tony Hawk game.
Yes, I like that too.
Mr. Johnny Clash, but on this podcast he goes by
Jack Caruso.
He would like to know what your favorite cheese is.
I saw this one. Shout out Johnny Clash.
That's a hard question.
No, not at all. Not for me. Favorite cheese?
I can't wait for you to be like,
no,
like Kraft Singles. Like
Kraft Singles is top 3. Kraft Singles is top 3 cheese. Dylan
Can
Bob.
I try to guess your favorite cheese?
Go ahead. No chance you get it.
Provolone.
Nope.
You don't strike me as a cheddar guy.
Eh.
It's not
So I thought
mozzarella.
cheddar cheese. Hey, ready for this? I thought cheddar cheese was Kraft Singles for most of my life because it's orange.
Is your favorite cheese a little bit on the fancier side, or is it like a basic?
Oh, it's fancy.
You like a smoked Gouda?
No, I've never had that.
Or a brie or a Gruyere?
Brie is top 5. I just started having the little creamy brie on the crackers. Yep. I like that.
Do you like burrata? Is burrata your number one?
That sounds like a meat.
What about fresh mozzarella?
It's the same as regular mozzarella. Dylan Pasta's favorite cheese.
Let's hear it.
Blue cheese. Love blue cheese.
I would have thought.
I love it.
You would have hated that. I would have thought that would have been like number 1 on the list of Dylan doesn't like this cheese.
Oh,
and then
no, man.
Absolutely be number 1 on the next taste test video. Dylan has to try blue cheese.
I love blue cheese. Love it. Love it. Best wing dip. Way better than ranch.
No,
way better than
ranch. What's the other cheese that's like blue cheese?
Feta?
What is that?
Feta?
No, it's called Gorgonzola.
Never had Gorgonzola in my life. It
is very similar. I think it's a little harder than blue cheese. Blue cheese is kind of soft. I think Gorgonzola is a little harder.
Man, blue cheese crumbles on a salad. Flipped. So good. I'm not as much of a fan of blue cheese dressing on a salad, but I love blue cheese. Love it.
Blue cheese dressing on like a buffalo chicken salad is where it's at.
I don't like buffalo flavor.
You don't like hot sauce?
Buffalo.
No, but if you did, okay, so make like however you choose to make your like a spicy chicken.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Chop it up, put it in a salad.
Yeah.
With some blue cheese dressing. That's a home run right there.
What is your favorite cheese?
Like a smoked Gouda, and I like a smoked mozzarella cheese.
Nope, never had them.
Those are good. Also, big fan of Munster and provolone.
Provolone, I only know because I put it now on when I make cheese sticks at home.
Munster cheese is top 5.
Chris Bogger, friend of the show, never has had Cheese Whiz in his life. And I
thought you were going to say has never had cheese. And I was going to be like, what?
I was very confused at someone that could never have, like, that's to me, that's a childhood staple.
I would say I don't think I've had it since I was a kid, but I've had it.
I love it.
Have you tried the trick where you put it in the
Ritz
cracker?
Doesn't work.
It doesn't work. TikTok lied to me. Son of a bitch.
Shocking. TikTok lied.
Son of a bitch.
You're 40, George. Get off TikTok. Get off.
40.
You're not. If you are above the age of 15, you shouldn't be using it. Facebook Watch.
Maybe
Perfect.
It wasn't TikTok.
Instagram Reels.
Maybe it was an Instagram Reel, but it was. But a lot of the content that's posted for Instagram Reels, you see the little TikTok watermark.
Great.
It's still a TikTok.
Great. I see watermarks on my Facebook Watch of The Game, the rapper The Game, where it's just people fighting. I don't think The Game shot it. No, it's just a watermark.
It's from the channel. Yes, it's the watermark. Okay, next question comes from Mr. Stay Puft would like me to whistle theme songs and then have you guess them. And I'm going to choose to not torture you and all the other listeners because I don't think whistling would come through very well through the podcast microphone. And I don't want to torture anybody with that. And 2, I don't even want to edit that. Like, I don't even want to try it to then later edit it out.
I think that the hatred for whistling came from, like, I just hate that that's how you like try to get someone's attention. I hate that. I hate the sound of it, the finger whistle. I just don't like it in general. And maybe it's because we found out I can't hum. Also, but
hold on.
I don't.
You can't go.
Bogger taught me how to, because he told me to do the Campbell's soup thing. What's the Campbell's soup slogan?
Good.
Yep. My hum was that's how I hum.
That's a hum. It's just got a little bit of like aggression, a little bit of aggression behind it.
Bogger goes, "No, Dylan, that's a grunt. That's you angrily grunting."
Like you're there. You're just you're like, it's just that, but less effort. Like you're almost making it more complicated for yourself. Like you're doing so much more.
I didn't.
Dylan Postl, overachiever for humming. I feel like you're going out of your way to make it harder for yourself to make that noise.
But so it goes back to the whistling thing where I don't know how to do it. So I get mad at it. Like,
no, I get it. It's frustrating to be like, oh, that looks easy. I can do that. And then
at 36 years old, I should be able to hum. I have one, and I don't know where we are at time, but I have a good one here. The favorite cheat meal.
Right.
Someone brought up favorite cheat meal, and that might be a good bow on the questions. For me, I don't listen, guys. I try very hard to do decent during the week. I don't do well. I live like Domino's pizza, not just the pizza. Domino's wings and stuffed cheese bread. If I know when it's my time on this earth and it's coming to a close, I want 2 sets of honey barbecue wings and stuffed cheesy bread from Domino's. That's it. Maybe a piece of cheesecake on the side. Good Mythical Morning, huge fan of that channel. And then the Mythical Kitchen channel is a sidebar.
Last meals,
channel.
baby.
Yeah, but they do last
good.
meals, and like you said, and they had Tom Hanks on there, and it was like that's a huge thing that this sidebar channel got Tom Hanks and the main channel didn't. And I was like blown away by that. I was like, oh, this is odd.
So good.
It was so good, and it was almost like it reminded me of First We Feast, the wings.
Yep, hot ones,
where it was just like a.
Dylan, you should try to get on Hot Ones.
I tried.
Try again.
I will. I'm going to have to now, but now I have to.
I think this is this. I think one, it would be great. Oh, you know what you should do? Here's what you do. Write another book. Write that parenting or kids book.
Kids book.
Then you could go on there and plug the book.
The kids book is how I get on Hot Ones. I need this kids book to happen.
Either that, or you go on there to plug the podcast.
Guys, I don't think we've ever talked publicly, but I got approached to a kids book.
No, I think we've joked about you doing a kids book. I think we joked about you doing the parenting book.
I don't think we've ever joked about that publicly on the podcast. I got approached by my publishing company to do a children's a kids book or a parenting book, and I was like, oh, that'd be awesome. So it's gonna happen. I don't know when. Hopefully this year I actually buckle down and make myself do it. I think I want to do the kids book route more so than the parenting, because as we've talked about on here, heartfelt section, I don't ever step back and view myself as a good parent. I know I am deep down, but it's just a part of life to me. It really is. And it's just like, I don't know. I have Landon, and so having Landon is just a part of my life. And it really, like, I don't ever wake up or go to bed and think, oh man, I did that right. Like that was good. That was smart. No, I just did it. On the opposite side of the spectrum, I do think I step back a lot and go, especially lately, as he's getting older, I step back and I go, oh, that wasn't the right thing to do in that situation. But it's so the parenting book to me would be tougher. It really would be, but it would also be. I talk about it a lot. How the book itself, when I put it out, was very. I've never gone through therapy. I've never thought about that, but the book itself was very therapeutic and very like, hey, let's put all of this out there for the last time and just kind of release it. Especially the audiobook, when I recorded the audiobook talking about my birth mom and my grandpa and all of that, was very therapeutic. So the parenting book would be very tough for me to sit back and go, this is how you do it. Because I don't like, that's just not me. That's not how I work. That's not how my brain works of, hey, this is how I did it, so it's how you should do it. That's like,
well, it doesn't have to be like a parenting guide. It could be, you could almost treat it as almost like a follow-up to Life is Short. Like it could be like the next like part of that as a series. And it's like, hey, this is everything about, my life leading up to wrestling, everything from wrestling. And now it's like, okay, not doing the wrestling thing full time anymore. These are the other things that I'm doing. And here's how I balance doing all of that with being a parent.
Yeah, but that's where I
your experience. It's not necessarily a teaching book. It's Dylan's experience, being a parent, businessman.
I run into the mindset of I don't, as we've talked about many times on this, I don't view myself as doing a lot, like of accomplishing things, of doing things. So for me to do that, like the parenting stuff, for me to do that, it would be very tough for me to sit back and go, hey, this is what happened. This was big, without being told, hey, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. And sure, we can do that. And the ghostwriter would do that. But I don't know, man. I think I'm going to go the route of the children's book. Because I do want to do that. And it's something that, as I've gotten older, I've realized might be a really cool thing to do as a children's book. I look at Cabana, like when they did the series, when Cabana wrote the kids' book and Cody did and the Bucks did, where it was like, oh, this is really cool. It's wrestlers doing a children's book. And doesn't have to be wrestling. It can be anything. Yeah. But man, I really, really think, I think that's the route I'm going to go. And I hope to do it this year. This summer, I really am going to push myself to start putting the work in doing it. It's happening, guys. It's going to happen. I promise you it's going to happen. Fudge, I did not want to get heartwarming, but we did it again. Guys, let me talk to you about our friends over at Manscaped, bringing you the absolute best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Manscaped makes precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. The Performance Package is the ultimate bundle in men's hygiene. Join over 7 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for our listeners. 20% off and free shipping worldwide when you use promo code SWOGGLE at manscaped.com. That's promo code SWOGGLE at manscaped.com for 20% off your order and free shipping. Wait, if my math is correct, 7 million men carry the two, that's 14 million balls. All right.
Well,
That's what we
I
do.
think that's it, Dylan. I think we're good, man. We've kind of covered everything here. We've done a little bit of the heartfelt moment. We've done a little hot take, maybe not officially, but you definitely got heated about some things. We covered a lot of topics. We've bridged the gap of the happiness before, 2 weeks from now when it gets real sad when we talk about the not so great topic. But I still think, the topic itself may not be the most pleasant thing to talk about, but
I think it's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be a very, very, like we talked about earlier with the book. I think it's gonna be another therapeutic session.
It's gonna be a good episode.
Here we go, guys. Before we do the closing and we go any further, what I would like to do, we're gonna add something to the show. George, what do you and the Game Marks got coming up?
So we are currently on a backlog. So we've recorded the next month and a half or so. It was 2 months of the episodes in preparation for everything that was happening with Little Baby Clash. We actually just sat down yesterday as of recording with James Deegan from who's making the WrestleQuest game, which is a new wrestling-based RPG game that is coming out in the summer. So we had a great sit-down with him. That episode is coming out, I would say, within the next couple of weeks. We've got, when we come back full swing into doing the weekly recording session, we're going to be playing WWE 2K22. That's going to be the first episode back. And then it's full steam ahead. But let me turn that on to you. What's going on with you? Well, you got any signings coming up?
Dates.
Bookings, ACW
we got dates.
Shows? Let's go. Let's hear them.
June 3rd, I am in both West Allis, Wisconsin, Saturday, June 3rd, which is just outside of Milwaukee, and also that evening in Lombard, Illinois. Double shot. I haven't done a double shot in years since post WWE. I've done 3 of them in my whole post WWE career. And I told Landon, I said, we have a 2 p.m. show and a 7 p.m. show. We got to go. We're going to stay over in Chicago and do Chicago things that Sunday. And then the following week, Friday, June 9th, ACW returns to the Oshkosh Masonic Center, acwwisconsin.com for all those tickets. It's going to be a good one. It's our first one back post Wrestling Con, and post Wrestling Con is almost, we always say it's like the start of the new season, but man, it's it's just continuing. We've realized, like, in going through what we have coming up this year, we're just continuing in this role that we're on.
That's fantastic, man. That's a good mindset to have. It's one of those things that makes ACW as successful as it is. You kind of maybe during Wrestling Con you press down a little bit more on the gas, but the foot never fully comes off of it. You just let up a little bit.
Yep, that's exactly it.
It's
we can't let ourselves coast like we have sometimes in the past, and we realize, all right, we got to keep this momentum going and not even finish off the year, but just continue.
All right. Well, plug your shit, Dylan. This is the part where you get all your plugs.
ProWrestlingTees.com/Swoggle for all your pro wrestling tees and shirt needs, even hats on there as well. Twitch.tv/Dylan Postl. Aaron Ortiz brought up a great question in the Discord. He goes, when are we going to jack next? Guys, that means a good Jackbox session, and it's coming.
I do not like the way that you said that at all. No, that made me very uncomfortable.
That's how we talk on Twitch, baby.
Oh boy. I think we need a Jackbox shirt.
We do a good Jackbox session about once a month. We haven't for a bit. It's between my schedule and just everything going on. Wednesdays have been crazy. So, but I hope to return to Wednesday night Jackbox very, very soon. But every Monday, twitch.tv/Dylan Postl. ProWrestlingTees.com/Swoggle, DylanPostl.com It's happening. We're between George, Matt Stein, and myself. We're doing this.
It's happening. It's coming soon.
It's coming soon.
Work in progress.
We're doing it. It's going to be a new revamped website. Also, guys, check out Roosevelts.com. That is RSVLTS.com. The promo codes are on a pause. But what I need you guys to do is if you order a shirt, when you order a shirt or a hoodie or any of that, just at them. Go on social media when you get that, at them, and tell them we sent you. Tell them the Going Postl Pod sent you, and we'd love it.
Yes.
George, what do you got?
Indeed. In addition to this podcast, I got another one. It's myself, former Creator Pro champion Johnny Clash. We said it earlier, but on this podcast, Dylan likes to call him what?
Caruso!
Thank you. We are called the Game Marks Podcast. We break down a different wrestling video game each and every week. And as you heard me mention before, we also have some great interviews as well. Swoggle's been on the podcast multiple times. So at the very least, go and check out his episodes. And we have another one with Swoggle coming soon. And you can follow us on all forms of social media for that podcast at Game Marks Pod. We also have a pro wrestling tee store, prowrestlingtees.com/GameMarksPod. And that's it. Dylan, I think this was a lovely episode. I had a wonderful time. I hope you did as well. And now the people at home are waiting for that signature sign off whenever you're ready.
See ya, friends. Mad Cat Beard Care, they are the absolute best. They make my beard feel soft, silky, smooth. But not only that, they've been a one-man show since 2019. Mad Cat Beard Care uses a portion of sales to care for local stray cats, cover their medical bills, find safe spaces, and forever homes. Their products are made to order with vitamins and all natural oils that promote strong, healthy hair and moisturize your skin as well. Mad Cat Beard Care has exclusive scents for myself as well as other wrestlers, such as a childhood favorite of mine, Delirious, Ring of Honor legend with his lime and French vanilla scent that makes my beard smell and feel amazing. And of course, make sure to try my exclusive scent, Swoggled, with notes of lavender and sage. And guys, make sure to use promo code SWOGGLED to save 15% on your whole order at madcatbeardcare.com. And remember, the Mad Cat makes a happy beard.